So, today's challenge, Blanks, and his new single, Favorite Nightmare. Let's break it down, see what it's made of, and then build it back up again as best we can. It's going to be tricky because, you know, it's Blanks. And because Blanks plays every instrument himself, we're going to try and do the same ourselves here today. We're going to try and make most of the sounds without using software instruments, that bass in particular. And let's see how it goes. Shout out to Tripoint Records for suggesting this track, and if you have any tracks that you'd like to see me struggle with, leave the name of it down below and I'll get to it as soon as possible, within reason, of course. I can't believe it's taken this long to try one of his tracks, but better late than never. If you learned anything from this video, feel free to hit that like button, and sure, why not the subscribe button as well? It'd be rude not to. And if you want to see me make these songs live, or remakes live, I stream over on Twitch, so that's the place to go. Links down below. All right, let's get into it. Let's get under the covers with Favorite Nightmare by Blanks. Nice. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Blanks. Blanks this day. That is our title. I've got a new little pop filter here on the top of my microphone, so... Sorry, I shouldn't do that. Works a little bit. Sweet. So we got Blanks. Very teal. Let's get the BPM. Shout out to Blanks for being great in the YouTube OG, of course. It feels like it's walking pace, so that's definitely something to find. Let's write out our things here. We'll get rid of all the BTS stuff we don't need. Name of the song. Favorite Nightmare. BPM, key, chords. Okay, let me listen to the track and find the BPM, and then we'll go get some keys and chords. You know the drill. BRB.
12 seconds later.
BPM 122, 122. Beautiful. It's always nice when you have, like, you want a 120 feel, and then sometimes you think it just needs a bit more oomph. Bump it up by 2 BPM, and you're in the sweet spot. Little trick. Okay, let's find the keys, chords. Let's find ourselves a piano to play on. Oh, and by the way, we can see here we're on the same track that we made the BTS Dynamite thing. So you can check that out. I'll leave a link above. 122. Beautiful. Okay, let's get our piano and let's find these keys and chords. I feel like it's B flat, A flat, E flat, D flat. Lovely, very nice. D flat major. Beautiful, very nice. B flat minor, A flat major, E flat minor, D flat major, which are the chords of 6, 5, 2, 1. So it's the 6, 5 down the octave and then it goes 2, 1 up the octave. Lovely. Instruments. That guitar is very important. We've got 80s, kick, snare, hi-hat, HH for hi-hat. And the hi-hat happens, so it's kick, hi-hat, snare, hi-hat. And you hear the hi-hat doesn't go it goes There might be a really light hit just for the groove of the drummer. Okay, we got bass, his lead vocal, and there's really cool oohs, BVs, backing vocals, BVs, that are just except in tune. I like lots of reverb when they're really ambient. It's really cool. So that's definitely another thing to try. Let's see if I can hear anything else. I'm going to put in some texture stuff just because these BVs are holding a lot, but there's got to be texture in there as well. It's just so warm, so full. It's great. Hi-hats, there's this syncopated hi-hat as well. Let me put in little comments here so we can actually read this when we're working through it. Great. Okay, let's start off with these and see how it goes. And then if we need to add more things in, we'll know. Okay, so let's start with those drums. I'm going to take our lovely kick from last week. So it's a kick. It's a 4 to the floor kick, but the snares happen on the 2 and the 4. So the kicks are on the 1, 2, 3, 4. The snares are on the 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So let's grab those kicks if I can. Yeah, I got them finally. Drag them over here. Let's grab these snares and open hi-hats. This, I'm showing you, it's pretty much the same rhythm. 80s kicks and snares are just so in right now. So if you're writing your tunes and you're getting them out soon, now's your chance. Okay, so the snares on the 2 and the 4. Let's copy this across and see how accurate it is. Hey! Let me listen to the track and find out where this hi-hat. So this is our open hi-hat down here. So let's see if we can figure out where the open hi-hat is. Yeah, same place. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's carbon copy, same rhythm. So we have you are my favorite nightmare. Exact same drums, exact same rhythm. That's the 80s vibe, guys. That's really in right now. It shouldn't be called the 80s. It should be called the 21st century. Now, what's happening here is the hi-hats coming in at every but as we can see here, there's down hits on right now on these hi-hats. So what I'm going to do is, just so I don't ruin yesterday's hi-hats, and what we're going to do is I'm going to use sidechain, and the sidechain is going to hit the downbeat of every beat. So every beat, because we have it's the syncopated, it's the accent off the beat, and 1, 2, 3. That's so hard to say. I think this should be quarter and it should work. There we go. Now we just need to turn that up, and that sausage fattener should be making it a little bit larger. I'll tell you what I do. Let me open up the drum a little bit. A bit of it's more open hit. Okay, it's not working perfectly, but I'm going to actually leave that, and I'm going to get another hit. That's a hi-hat hit as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to double that hit. You can hear the sidechain really giving it a bit of a... And also, it sounds extremely real, but the Logic drummer is great. Simple as. Does exactly what it says in the tin. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Splice, and I'm just going to get a sample of a hi-hat, and I'm going to drag it in, and I'm going to put it on every and 2 and 3 syncopated hit on the offbeat. So we've got drums, hats, and I want it closed. Oh, that's pretty good. AB Ghost. So if I grab this fella and then I get to the next hit and Command T will cut off the end of him, get rid of that, and now I'll loop. I'll probably fade it in just in case it's making a mistake. And then we can loop this guy and he's going to have the hit that we want. So let's have a listen to this one on its own first. So it's a syncopated hi-hat. Cool. And let's pan that exactly how we have the other hats that are kind of working together. Was it 15 to the right? It was 13. Doesn't have to be necessarily the same, but turn them down a little bit. Put them with the real guy. Cool. Cool. This one you could take or leave, but it just gives it so much more life. Just doing something, you know. I feel like my biggest moment of just, oh my god, more sounds, more interesting things are happening. Something like weird bits of just sporadic interesting stuff that even if it happens once just adds intrigue. If you watch like the best Calvin Harris say, you can hate or love his tracks, but he adds in just random things, and it might only happen once in the track, but it's just keeping things interesting, so it's not all just the same again and again. Let's make a guitar track. Let's record these chords in. I don't even know if it's staying strict chords, but we'll put in the rhythm guitar even if it isn't. It'll just add that little something. Lovely. How does that sound is the real question. Here we go. Now, time to put effects on it for the crack. Cool. I could have played the higher strings a little bit later, but I think it's okay. It'll do the job for now. Let's jump onto the bass, and we might come back to more guitar in a bit. I just want to kind of, you know, flesh it out a little bit, and then we can put the finishing touches on top of it. Get some nice reverb stuff. Okay, Liverpool bass. I think that might do the job for today. I am tempted to play the bass in. Bass. Let's record this bass in. It's a da 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 da. Cool. So it's like a 4-bar pattern, but the same chords, just slightly different notes to keep it interesting. It's like leading notes basically with the bass between the chords. Hydration is key to keep us going in the long winter months. I suppose it depends where you are, if it's winter or not. I don't think it actually is winter here, but it will be soon. Okay, so let's record this bass in. I think that was something similar. I don't think the notes sound very nice in this register, in this synth. I usually wouldn't quantize or fix velocity, but I kind of have to hear because there's a bit of latency through my keyboard, so it's not sounding great. Okay, I don't hear any difference with that bass there sliding. Yeah, it's not sliding at all. Because it is Blanks, I kind of want to try and record that bass in as if it was real. Just because, you know, Blanks plays all his music, so it'd kind of be a shame not to. This bass has got to be the heaviest bass. Also, it's top heavy, so it wants to slide this way. The head of it is so large. Look at the size of this thing. It's massive. It's so large and so heavy. Now, I can't actually hold this up so you can see at the same time I'm playing, but you got to trust it's still there. Let's see if we can play this. This is going to be tricky and hard to record. So I might just loop it a few times and keep playing it until I get it. So let's try it. What about with the bass? I just got to EQ them, so one's taking one register and the other one's taking the other register. I like how the low end sounds in the fake bass, so we'll use a fake bass for the low frequencies, and then we use the real one for the high frequencies where you can actually hear things. So what I might actually do is just like really roll it off to 500, and this one I'll roll off above 500, so they're just taking... Okay, this guy just needs a little bit of editing just to tidy him up. This guy here, you see the way he comes a bit late. So what we're going to go to flex pitch, turn it on. I'm going to go to flex pitch. I could use the rhythm one, but I just enjoy going for this fella and just grabbing him back like this. A bit more. So this fella, just cut him there. Get this fella, make him come a little bit earlier because he's a bit late. And then we can just crossfade. And that's our editing 101. And then I don't think this guitar hits in this chord here. Da-da, da-dum, da-da, da-dum. Nice. Okay, that's good progress. Da-da, da-dum. Rest. Da-dum, da-dum. Rest. Rest or just silence in your music theory. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the chords don't hit there in the guitar. I could move them. Could just move them like this. Fader-ini. Lads, I'm telling you, editing, music software, great stuff. A whole bunch of it. Gets me going every time. We need a shiny bright guitar. What are the chords for the shiny bright guitar? That's what we need to find out. I feel like it's that kind of, you know, what's his name? The guy who plays for Chic, Nile Rodgers. That kind of, you know, that you only play the guitar with the top three strings. So let's see if we can find a shiny bright guitar. So, shiny bright guitar. Shine bright like a diamond. Let me record that in and see how it sounds. When in doubt, record it and then you'll be able to tell. Let me just play that last chord out. Ooh, shine bright like a diamond. It'll do, okay? That took like half an hour. I'm so sorry. Now let's flatten that down and then we'll put it in time. I don't even know if I got it right, but I know it sounds good and I'm happy with that. Now what I might do is pan this guitar to one side and then have like some reverb and stuff go to the other side. Like we have its own reverb, pan to the left. Get some low end out of that reverb. All right, but we have a shiny guitar, we have a rhythm guitar, we have a bass, a real bass, and a fake bass or a MIDI bass, and we have drums. Last but not least, we need vocals and a bit of, you know, impacts and risers. It'd be rude not to throw in some impacts and risers and crashes. So let's just throw them in. We've all them pre-made. So basically we have an impact. I'll show you these individually. So we have a white noise riser that sounds like this. Great, so it's like a little riser or impacts on the downbeat. Beautiful. We have a swell on the downbeat as well. I'll mute the other one so you can hear it on its own. Lovely. And that should do the trick. And so those together will have a rise and an impact. Lovely. And should do the trick and just adding a little bit more impact. Great. Vocals. That's our low octave. That looks like a lead vocal. Nah, that's a double if I ever seen one. You call them by letters, I've been told by my sensei. We've got a whisper right and a whisper left. Gonna need the lyrics for this one. You are my favorite nightmare. I wish I didn't regret. Cool, let's try this. So, you are my favorite nightmare. I wish I didn't regret. It's been a year, you're still making me tired. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Woo, cool. Not perfect. It doesn't start on the downbeat. So he comes in on the second beat. Great, that's right. Let me tune that really quickly and we might leave that as a double. I'd like to do my first vocal as a double because it's usually not as good as the vocals after it. You are my favorite. Okay, we're going to leave that as a double because now we know the vocal a little bit better. We can kind of sing it hopefully better. Okay, here's our lead vocal. That was a double. Lead vocal. You are my favorite nightmare. I wish I didn't regret. It's been a year, you're still making me tired. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Cool, that's a bit better, I think. Hopefully. I'll let you be the judge. You know the drill. Quick tune a Luna. See how it sounds. Get out of my head, get out of my head. It's definitely a lot of effects on this right now, but we'll edit as we continue. It shall be all right. Everything gonna be all right. All right, next, low vocal. Let's do it. Vocal down the octave. You are my favorite. Ooh, that's low. You are my favorite nightmare. I wish I didn't regret. It's been a year, you're still making me tired. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Lovely. I made one wrong pitch there, but I can fix that. It's been a year, you're still making me tired. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Okay, now we got the whispers left and right. This is just to add presence. If you want to check out my lead vocal vocals, vocal tutorials, we have a trap one and we also have a Logic Pro X tutorial one. I'll leave a link to one of them up above, but no, they both exist if you wish to find out more information. Sweet. Whisper left, so we're going to make it a little gentle vocal. It'll be a bit creepy. You are my favorite nightmare. And quickly onto the other vocal. It's been a year, you're still making me tired. I made a little mistake there, but we should be okay. It's only a whisper vocal. She'll be grand. And just tidy these up and tune them, and we're good to go. All right, that was fantastic. I really like this track. Blanks is the man. What an absolute legend. Myth, the man, the legend. This is unbelievable fun. Really nice. Got that 80s kick and snare. Vibey out the door, as we say. Bass, tasty. Lovely little interesting stuff coming in on it, like not on the downbeat of the third bar. Really like that. Guitar chords, beautiful. Shiny guitar, can never go wrong. Melody line, really nice in the way there's a bit of syncopation there in the last line. Is like an AAAB form in the vocal. Really nice, but there's little intricacies within the A1, A2, A3. The melody of the chorus, really, really nice. So, without further ado, let's get into it. It'd be rude not to. This is Favorite Nightmare by Blanks, remade by me, 93 Acres. Coming to a cinema near you. You are my favorite nightmare. I wish I didn't regret. It's been a year, you're still making me tired. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Ooh, get out of my head, get out of my. Nice. Again. Blanks.